Hey there guys, it's your good pal Wiggly, and welcome back to more Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Blind. In the last episode, we decided to defend Will Powers, the Steel Samurai who was accused of murdering his co-star, Jack Hammer. And in this episode, we're going to be continuing on to the first day of court, so let's get into it. Oh, it's Edgeworth. Okay. Alright. Coming back for round two, are ya? Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. Well, we'll see about that. We have a numbered photo in our hands. The evidence presented during this trial will point to this fact. We'll all point to this fact. I see. Very well, I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well, I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Alright. What do we got, Gumshoe? Are you going to be a little more prepared this time? Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. Alright. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studios, see? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the... Oh god, we're gonna have to fucking cross-examine her. Oh god, that's gonna suck. I just realized that. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there is a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. There's gotta be something. Something weird is going on with Studio 2. That they wouldn't create that as a set piece. There's gotta be something happening there. But there was like a tree blocking the path because of the wind or whatever. So I gotta keep that in the back of my mind. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Okay. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Okay. So how is there any way of knowing for sure that nobody else was there beyond that gate? If Jack Hammer was at Studio 1 before the security lady got there and the cameras were rolling, something's funky. Now jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was canceled. God, that's so brutal. Good lord. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to that whole thing again? No, I think I'm okay. I think I can probably remember that. So the murder weapon was a spear? How medieval. Okay. Cool. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call the security officer to... Oh god, we're going right into it, huh? Fuck. Okay. May as well get her out of the way. Hi, old bag. Will the witness declare her name? Oh my god. My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Your name, please. Good lord. Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. God, she's such a piece of work. Your name, please, man. She's already... Idra's having a rough week. Or I guess it's been a month. It'd be great. Could you imagine if this was a week? I don't know why I thought that in my head for a second. What the fuck? Okay. Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their names. True. This is the second time. Wendy Old Bag. Is it like Windy? Like Windy Old Bag? Like she talks, yeah, I mean, that checks out. Okay. Wendy Old Bag, dearie. So just call me oh my god, okay, well, here we go. Please don't do this during the testimony. Please, for the love of God. Old Bag. Object your own witness. Objection. I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. I was just getting to the good part, dearie. Perhaps we can get to the testimony. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, see. Yes, say. I don't know. And to get to the scene of the murders... Well, that wasn't right. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you? You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony. And nobody likes her. She sure is one hell of an old bag. True. Alright, Wendy. What do you got? On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 o'clock p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Okay, that's not really important, I guess. I'm discounting her being the murderer. I don't think she is, but I don't know who else it could be. Anyway, it was 1 o'clock when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me, because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio. You don't know that for sure. It's just, it's a costume, and his legs are all baggy, and that's weird. You saw the defendant then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Okay. So, the picture is the thing, but we need to press everything. So up until that time, anyone who wanted to go into the studio, anyone who wanted to could go into the studio. Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no, but the main gate was locked, dearie. Okay. You need an employee card key to get in, except unless it was through a drain. Right, the card key that I have. So what she's saying is no one who wasn't supposed to be there could get in. Was there anyone at the studios when you arrived at the guard station? Okay. A run-through? Phoenix, please. They were working out a scene between the Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrate. They got the basics figured out by noon and were to use the afternoon for practice. Rehearsal was supposed to start at 5 p.m. That's why poor old Hammer went to Studio 1 in the afternoon. So Powers was in his dressing room sleeping when he was supposed to be practicing. Talk about a laid-back hero. If there was a run-through in the morning, why did you only get there after noon? I had some errands to run that morning. Okay. What kind of errands? Oh, well, you know. No, come on. Answer the question. Actually, I was watching why'd you lie? Come on. I was watching poor Hammer and Powers, observing, you know. I just noticed that the samurai spear was broken. But... oh no, there's tape on it. Okay, that's not too weird then. Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station? Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job. I'm not sure your boss would see it that way. Anyway, I was watching... I hate that. Stop doing that face. I always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always. Well, you're done now. Never missed one in all my years. Wow, I want to see a Steel Samurai run-through too. Could you quit being a spirit medium? Sorry, you could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Not a bad idea. Oh my god. Okay, it was 1 p.m. when I got to the guard station. That's not really suspicious, but... did you see the victim then? Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station. Tell us what happened next. I was at the main gate from then until 5. So you were watching there the whole time? No breaks? Not even a second? Of course! I am a professional, you know. That's suspicious.
Are you criticizing how I do my job, whippersnapper?
No, it's just after seeing you eating those donuts in the guard station yesterday.
I can watch the gate and eat donuts at the same time.
True.
Snipper-wapper?
Snipper-wapper. Old Windbag is losing it, Nick. Why don't you raise an objection? So the witness was on duty through the afternoon, the whole time. Very well. What did you see? Okay, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m. I'm pretty sure that's correct, but let's double check. Yeah, okay. A certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, the man right there. Okay, let's press on that. So you saw Mr. Powers.
That's what I said. Got wax in your ears, sonny?
Nick, this is your chance. Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon.
I'll say it again. It was him.
All right. This is it right here. This is odd. Let me get this straight, old bag, or Ms. Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. In Japanese court, do they not admit everything to evidence before the trial happens? That's so weird. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Old Tokyo. Miss Oldbag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw?
Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right?
No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder. He's a lot more, like, questioning. He's a lot less confident. I wonder if we're starting to penetrate through that absolute justice barrier of his quite yet. He seems to be a little more open. Okay. He's less confident too. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of a Steel Samurai, but that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai.
I know that. I wasn't born yesterday.
No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss, witness. He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you?
Nosy old man. Of course I have proof.
What? Huh? Even Edgeworth is surprised. Edgeworth is funny in this trial. The prosecution would like to ask the witness. Please make it known all the information in your possession ahead of time.
How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you.
I hate her so much. She's definitely my least favorite character so far.
Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look.
What the hell? Gumshoe? Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof then. Okay. The man in the photo.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad.
Okay.
Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his legs, see? Clear as day.
You say left ankle?
That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
So he had sprained his ankle. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Okay, she's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Okay, game. Stop hand-holding me. We're on case 3 now. I don't mean, mind you, that morning during the run through the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. This seems information important. He broke a prop?
Sure did. His own samurai spear.
His samurai spear? The murder weapon?
Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it.
This strikes me as a significant detail. I'd better write this down in the court record. Okay. Got you. It was mended with tape. He sprained his ankle pretty bad. Which ankle? Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained?
Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch.
Thus the nap.
Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked.
Dragging his foot. Okay. He's dragging his leg, clear as day. You absolutely sure? Let's take a look at that picture again. Yeah, he's dragging his foot, but the fucking pant leg is it's weird. That's... Oh, well, you're gonna show me it again now anyway? Makes sense. So he was walking strangely because he was injured. It does look like he was dragging his foot.
See? And you didn't trust me, whippersnapper.
That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? No. Still, you can't look at this and say it's Mr. Powers. Yes, but only Mr. Powers would have been dragging his leg. That's not necessarily true. He has a point. It does seem quite likely that it was Powers. Ugh. There's gotta be more to this. I better keep pressing her. Okay. Find any glaring contradictions? Well, she seems pretty sure that it was Powers in that photo. I guess I'll just press her. Yes, I know, game. Thank you.
Whippersnapper?
Good lord. Hey, I haven't said anything yet.
I'll have you know I'm not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. Everything I've said is on the straight and narrow, the up and up.
I believe you. Oh, here we go. Okay. Mr. Wright, please, for all our sakes, try not to upset the witness. I think... I love that doofy grin. I think Edgeworth has met his match. True. During that morning, who was present at the run-through?
Well, let's see. There was Powers. He's the Steel Samurai.
And I'm getting closer and closer to sounding like the fucking bird from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Like,
pesky bee.
That wasn't a bad impression. What the hell? Okay, okay, whatever.
Then poor old Hammer, the evil magistrate.
Maybe we'll just go for that full blown.
And me.
And what exactly were you doing?
Observing, just observing.
What about the assistant?
Oh, she was off moving backdrops around and such.
So she didn't see the run-through then. Okay.
I saw Powers trip and fall.
Trip and fall?
Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course.
You helped make it better?
I kissed it.
Let's just skip over that part, shall we? True. Where was the assistant then?
Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle.
You may continue your testimony. We need to call her to the stand. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. I think I pressed this already. Badly sprained. Okay, yes. Oh, okay, here we go. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there is one thing that bothers me, which is, where is this Steel Samurai costume now? That is a good point. Where did it has to be in studio too, right? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking though. Anyway, that's not important. What do you mean it's not important, Edgeworth? Come on. The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes. And it's clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right. Are you sure? You're sure, Your Honor? Object. We have to object. We don't know for sure. Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have yet to agree that this photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. Yeah, somebody could have, like, gone through the trees, right? And again, there could have been people in studio too. And there's the drain. There's way too many things open here. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please?
No need to ask twice.
Okay, witness's account continued. Okay. Let's go.
The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true? The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them.
Okay. That's such a short testimony. So if no one else went to the studio, then it would... Oh, well, okay, I have photo number 2. Something's weird. That would have to be this steel samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Okay. Let's press on everything first. How do you know that? Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective. And then, after some rubbish about it being a secret, pal, he told me everything. I see Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officer's fondness for donuts. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. That face. Old windbags sure has balls. Or, well, you know what I mean. Old windbags have a way of skipping over important details, after all. Or for that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. Something for you to look forward to. Phoenix, that's so mean. Are you absolutely sure? Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody suspicious looking passed by at all. Nobody suspicious looking. Right. Yeah, that's the key. No one else went there. Present picture number 2. Yeah, here we go. I've noticed that whenever I present important evidence, the music stops. I don't know if that's a consistent thing. I haven't presented much wrong evidence yet, so I don't know if that's a way to tell if I'm right or wrong, but if that is a way, then that is nice to know. Hold on. Look at this photo. Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? Yes, sirree, Sonny. So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture? And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground. Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data. Ooh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15th, 2 p.m. photo number 2. Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny, but of photo number 2, lady. Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2. Photo number 2? The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo? I keep forgetting there's other people in this courtroom. Order, order. Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not 1, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there is only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access, the security lady herself. Yeah. Okay, I thought we were... with how fast the text went by, I thought we were going into another ramble. You watch your mouth, whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. Well, yes, that's what it would seem to mean. Can the witness explain this to the court? I don't understand these newfangled computer thing. Okay, that's not... No, come on. Edgy boy, help. Yeah, edgy boy, what do you got?
Huh? But believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either.
Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too.
Whippersnapper? Something the matter, Miss Oldbag? Ah, that's right. I just remembered something. Good lord, fucking every time. The proceedings are a disaster every time, but I suppose that's the point, isn't it?
Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai.
Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way.
Okay.
I see.
Even the judge is getting fed up with this shit.
Your testimony, please.
Alright, who was it?
Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see.
That's such a fucking Come on, lady.
Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day.
Okay, fucking, what was the photo? He's pissed. He's so mad about this.
Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this.
Well, of course, Sonny, I've only just remembered it.
I hate her so much.
Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination.
Well, I'd say this is a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. True, Maya. Okay. What was the photo? Well, who the heck was in the photo that you erased? A fanboy. A fanboy? What the
Steel Samurai fanboys, real freaks if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day.
That's so important, old bag. Wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words. Yeah, but depending on how old this fanboy was, they probably came in through the drain, right?
Well, if you must know, there's a drain.
Yeah, exactly, yes.
There's a drain that goes in through the employee area.
And we do know that, like, 10-year-olds are the target audience for... Yeah, okay. So who's this kid that came in here?
The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside, and, well, that's where they come in.
They come in through the drain? Why didn't you guys fix this? Oh my god.
I told you they were freaks. Oh, and...
And?
They're kids. Children. Whippersnappers.
Kids? Okay, well, I'm gonna doubt that a kid killed Jack Hammer. Though, I mean... No, that's too easy for the idea of, like, the spear was somewhere, the kid pushed him onto it because the evil magistrate... Nah, I don't think it's gonna go that way. There's more to this. So, on the photo that you erased...
It was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade.
What? Okay.
Order. Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on the way to the studios that day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade.
Oh yes, well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him.
A boy in the 2nd or 3rd grade. I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear. Impossible, I'd think. It's quite heavy.
Right, as I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data,
but where did he go after the fact? Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him.
This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time.
True. Okay. What do we have? Mr. Powers?
Yes?
Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio?
I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest.
So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo? They... That's still way too tall to be the kid, though. And also, the kid would have had to pass by again.
How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really.
What? You should take better care of that stuff.
I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me?
It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick, what are we going to do? Well, first, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. True.
You don't sound very optimistic.
I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick, it's time. Okay, let's go. So we're going for a delay. Okay. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. Okay.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, if you will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter?
The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there is still no one else that could have committed the crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers.
Very well, Mr. Wright, your thoughts?
The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime.
Order. Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized.
Right. Great. As if the stakes weren't high enough.
So who was this person other than Will Powers that could have committed the murder?
Okay. The assistant girl was... The grade school boy is the only one that went over there, right? But the assistant girl, she was having lunch, correct? During that time, I think so. Let's try the grade school boy. It was the grade school boy. Why isn't anyone saying anything?
Bah! Are you seriously suggesting the boy did it, Mr. Wright? Grade school boy kills veteran action star with spear. For one thing, the murder weapon was with the steel samurai. Would you care to explain just how the boy would have obtained it from him?
Maybe that was a dumb move on my part. Maybe? Maybe? How about absolutely, Nick? Okay. Fuck. Okay. That was that was very stupid of me, I guess. Maybe that was the trouble I've seen. Okay. One more chance, please. Okay, well, it can't have been the security lady. It has to be the assistant girl, then. It was the assistant. The steel samurai costume was in his dressing room. That's true. She could have, yeah. She stole it, and in doing so, she became the steel samurai.
So you're saying the steel samurai in the picture is really the assistant?
That's correct, Your Honor. The heights do kinda match.
If you're serious, you've got guts, Mr. Wright. Remember the photo? Wasn't the steel samurai a little lame? He was dragging his foot.
Oh, uh-oh. Bad feeling time.
Remember the testimony concerning Powers' injury?
Powers and poor Hammer were at the run-through. And me. Yeah, what about the assistant? Oh, her, she was cleaning up backdrops. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. How do you... That's hearsay. The assistant knew nothing of Mr. Powers' injury. She could look the steel samurai look with that costume. But she couldn't walk the steel samurai walk. She wouldn't have limped. Ugh. That kind of takes the legs out from under that case. Mr. Wright. Wait a minute. No, I guess. Never mind. I was thinking, like, how could you do a run-through without somebody supervising it, without, like, the director or somebody there? But I guess they could have just been practicing, I guess. So I guess that's not that strange.
Mr. Wright, I'm afraid I have to penalize you.
What? What do you mean? The security lady? It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag. Who? The steel samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. I guess she's the only one who knew. It could be her? Maybe? That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. True. Okay, well, I guess I didn't think about that one very hard. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Oldbag. What? Whippersnapper?
Order, order. Is this true, Old Bag?
Old Bag? That's Miss Old Bag to you?
I forgot the voice for a second. Miss Old Bag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume, then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder.
Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume?
To frame Will Powers, obviously. Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers.
I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright.
All these voices are making my voice, crack a lot. Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes II, baby. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter?
The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. Ooh.
What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it? Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there. Do something.
What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this whole way. Take this the whole way. Press further. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Old Bag's actions that day. True.
But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer?
You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive, too.
Indeed.
That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope.
Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy. The one whose photo I erased.
He's only a grade schooler, though, as you said. 2nd or 3rd grade, was it?
That doesn't matter.
Oh, of course. Of course, now you think so.
When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds, tops.
Why do I believe her? Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy is not the killer.
What? How can you be so sure? Oh, or is it be nice to the kids and mean to your elders day, whippersnappers?
Okay, Boomer. I have proof.
Proof?
Indeed.
Let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder.
I guess this?
Take that!
Your Honor, the murder weapon was the samurai spear. That very spear is shown here in this photo. Yeah, it's way too tall to be the kid. How could the boy have taken the spear? It's impossible.
I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this?
The windbag. Speechless. This has got to be a first.
Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Ms. Windy... What was her name?
Something Old Bag, Your Honor. I like how everybody's just shitting on her. She's just so inherently unlikable.
Then the prosecution will look further into this Old Bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Excellent. Okay. That went pretty smoothly, other than me. Oh, what now?
Well, wait a second. I'm not going to just sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me. I'm talking.
Okay. Oh, great. Stop the presses. The windbag wants to talk.
Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony?
Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to... What do you mean? What is this? Not to talk about?
By whom?
It wasn't Edgeworth. Huh? You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk?
Well, testify.
Oh my god. I thought it was... Okay, what now?
Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people What the fuck? What? Come on!
This is such a fucking disaster. Come on. She should be, like, arrested regardless. She's fucking way... I don't know if it'd be contempt of court, but she's lied so many times. This is such BS.
They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So, what?
So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. This is infuriating. But if you're going to accuse me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free.
Okay, who are these people?
Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now? Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much, old bag. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
God, this is fucking ridiculous. Come on. Who? Who are these people?
Well,
okay, big brain Wiggly over here being like predicting the director, but the producer too. Okay, so now this just got a whole lot more complicated. Hell yeah. Okay, I feel pretty smart now. I was just like, well, I'm probably overthinking that, and here we are. And let me guess, they were chilling over in Studio 2, right? And then everybody went over for lunch, and then one person grabbed the fucking Steel Samurai costume, the director or the producer, put it on, and went over. I don't know how the kid factors into all this, but that's an easy deal. The director? We should have known something was fishy. Is the Steel Samurai costume over in Studio 2? Because there was like a tree blocking the way, so maybe they couldn't get over there and look? That's probably where it is. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? I'm fucking telling you. Hell yeah. Why did I guess myself? I should just go for it. Of course.
Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
Fuck off. Come on. So where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime, and they had a meeting after that.
Where?
Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer.
Okay. So Studio 2? There was a Studio 2?
Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is.
Okay, so this just got a lot simpler, but we still have to figure some things out.
You go through the gate and all the way to the left. The path where the monkey's head was fallen over.
Okay, so I guess the tree doesn't block that bad, right?
Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination?
I think I've already asked all my questions, but I mean, I guess we can look a little more. Had nothing to do with it. Miss Oldbag, this is a trial for murder.
I know that's silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it.
You're such a fucking dolt.
And they fucking bribed you. Are you kidding me?
Fucking, we're done. Get her out of the game. I don't want to talk to her anymore. Fuck. She made me... I'm genuinely kind of tilted about that. Come on. We have learned there were others at the Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. They're just fucking adults there, but they bribed their fucking... She needs to go to jail. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Ms. Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of. I understand, Your Honor. He's so fucking mad about this. I like Edgeworth. This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned. Man. That's at the very least like obstruction of justice, right? Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. Okay, well, you look very happy. I like your design a lot, actually, even though you have like a pipe on your jacket, which looks kind of weird. I was right to ask you to defend me. I was almost slipping into Mr. White voice. Aw, really? It's nothing. Grin. Or should I say... or should I sniff? We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So, Nick, have you figured out just who it was in that steel samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windbag? What do you think about what do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really, so I had to be the director or the producer. Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers. Poor old Windbag. I feel kind of sorry for her. I do not. Not even a little. Not after this fucking stunt she pulled. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios. Right, we'll be back to visit you soon. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Okay. Well, that was just... that was a whole day just to get fucking one piece of information out of it. Damn, what a tedious fucking court day. All right. Well, I suppose that will be everything for today's episode of Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Blind. I've been Guildmaster Wiggly. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like. If you are new, consider subscribing. If you want to follow my Twitch, Twitter, or join my Discord, they're in the description. And I hope to see you guys in the next one.